and she would tell me, I got it now. And that's why I was sitting in the car. And I was sitting in the car waiting, because I knew that she had gone in. And then and most of the times she had the test the next day and like totally lost, and she would come back in the car and said, okay, we can go home, and because I've got it all down packed. My name is Maria, and I am a housewife. My daughter's name is Adriana. She's starting her first year at FIU. She went to Archbishop McCarthy. Adriana was taking, for a couple of years, she was taking English honors classes, and she was taking algebra, geometry, algebra honors. And for a period, she worked on her SAT, her college prep, her SAT, and her ACT prep. Adriana was stumbling a little with her essays in high school, like in 11th and 12th grade. She was, and I went ahead and I knew, you guys, like, you had always come through for me. All the teachers are so fantastic, that I went ahead and I told her to go in, and lo and behold, she started bringing up all her English classes, and getting those good grades, and also for her geometry, or for it was a calculus class. It was she was kind of stumbling in her math also. And as soon as she started coming in, it was just a couple of weeks that you could see the results right away. It's such great help. And also she went in because there was a lot of anxiety about the colleges. It's such a big thing, and there was so much that we were so worried about. And she had bought a book, and she was looking through it, and she had actually registered in magnesium.
Mathnasium.
Exactly. I'm sorry. And then I told her, let's come into full potential, because you've been there before. And because she had gone along with her friends, because they had done a group at magnesium. I always get confused with magnesium and she was like was all excited about going with her friends. But then when she came into full potential, she even told me, Mom, I'm gonna stop going to that other place, and I'm just gonna continue going to full potential, because the help that they're giving me one-on-one. I said, listen, we can't afford both, and then you have to make a choice. And she said, no, clearly, I knew clearly the choice was full potential. But she told me, no, the help that I'm getting. I said, where do you think you're getting more feedback? Where do you think you're getting more help? How do you feel? Because the student knows right away when they're uplifted, when they're getting so much support and so much. And she right away, she told me, no, I want to stay with full potential. And that's what we did. And she got Bright Futures scholarship, and she got some other scholarship that I don't remember exactly the name. And she even told me, oh, Mom, I'm so glad that I went and they helped me. I chose full potential because when I took her, I saw the difference of the one-on-one teaching, and I saw such an educational atmosphere, and it just looked like everybody knew what they're doing. And I went ahead and I went for a conference, I think, and they talked to me, and we talked about everything, and they knew exactly. I mean, I knew that they could help her, and this was my choice. I mean, it was like I had actually looked around. It's not like it was my first. I actually had gone around and looked for other places, but this was my better choice, the better choice, and I'm so glad because everything turned out exactly what I expected. Adriana went to Magnesium, and she told me, Mom, they had one teacher, and they have like groups and like a various, like maybe 6 or 7 students. And then, of course, if other people had to ask them questions, because everybody's there, to learn and to engage, and they'd have to wait, and which is normal, but that it was less of exactly like here at Full Potential, they'll go one-on-one, they'll address anything. They have much smaller groups, and they will just go over everything. It wasn't only me that I knew that it was the Full Potential was better for her than other places. It was her that told me, Mom, I was like, she compared, because she went to both places, and she told me, this is where I want to go. Adriana would come in when she was in 10th, and she said, Mom, I have to do this essays, and I have also ideas. And so she would go back in the car and tell me, I sat with the girls and they told me, look, we've got this plot and this is what we're going to do. This is a story. It's like they would tell her, they would structure everything for her, which was exactly what I thought. They would like give her ideas and encourage her and strengthen her weaknesses. And even I think it was a geometry class, she would go in for geometry also, and she would come back and she would tell me, I got it now. And that's why I was sitting in the car. And I was sitting in the car waiting, because I knew that she had gone in. And then and most of the times she had the test the next day and like totally lost, and she would come back in the car and said, okay, we can go home, and because I've got it all down packed. And that was exactly, and it would happen all the time when they had to get her ready for something. I knew they would always pull through, and they would, and she was so happy, because it was like, it was like she would absorb. It was an enlightenment. It was like everything was. They helped her put her thoughts together. They helped her with everything that she actually needed. And then for her high school, for her college, her SAT and her ACT, they helped her strategize her time. They helped her think about eliminating things and trying to work on things. Actually, she had also gone someplace else, something in Pembroke Pines, Priority, I don't know. And she even told me, oh, Mom, I didn't pick up anything. Full Potential is the one that's helping me. And she would go over, and they would go over like specific things and page by page, and and if she didn't understand something, or if they had questions, they would go over it and make sure that she understood before even continuing. And sometimes you don't get that at other places, that they'll stop and try to help you. And even if it's a little group, if it was like 3 or 4 kids and there was somebody a little confused, they would make sure that they were, that they would have a better understanding of what they were doing. So yes, and I am 100% sure that her scholarship, her bright futures, is I owe it to you guys, and to her hard work, and to her trying so hard.